Hi Luke,
Hiya.
and welcome everyone to the 14th episode of the Pear podcast. We're back in Lokrum on this cloudy night to talk about what's been happening in our islands this week and obviously what's just come out yesterday.
Yeah, what an exciting week.
It has been very exciting, obviously Pavi being the star of the week. That was very exciting.
Yeah, that was an amazing holiday. I really loved it. It might be my favourite one so far. But I also might say that every time. But I mean it every time.
Yeah, I just love this one because the villagers were so interactive. Like, they were just having a ball.
It was brilliant. They just had
all day, all night.
Just so much, just unbridled joy from start to finish. It was amazing. I really loved how they would run up to you and throw the confetti in your face. That was so sweet.
That was funny. I was getting a bit annoyed sometimes about it just because I was trying to catch feathers and you just feel obliged to stop and talk to them every time they do it. Because like you walked away and they would chase you like until they had managed to blow confetti in you. So I felt bad, so I had to always stop and let them throw it in my face and then have a wee chat. But I also really wanted feathers.
Unfortunately, a few of mine did get bopped with the net while I was trying to catch feathers.
Yeah, mine's too. And Pavi, like every time I ran up to speak to him, like this run up, doink in the head.
It was great fun running around collecting. So apologies to all my villagers that got an accidental bop. Didn't they look great though?
All in their Festivale costumes, yeah.
I got told off by Pave for... I was wearing my Festivale costume, but I had on some... Which ones? I had some boppers on. I can't remember which ones. I had a matching colour anyway. I think... Was it the... What was I wearing? Green. So it would have been the bulb boppers. And he was like, "Oh, you've just come up to me dressed in this lacklustre way. I'm not going to talk to you until you've gone away and put on something fabulous." So I had to put on my feather headpiece.
And that's hilarious. I was obviously already dressed because I had my wand outfit ready and I've been wearing it for days. But no, I didn't realise he pulled you up if you never dressed appropriately.
It's just the boppers. I love an excuse to wear some boppers. But I love the villagers' outfits. I think that Graham was the best dressed on my island. He looked great in his purple outfit.
Oh, is he purple? Oh, he'd have been nice with the green, I thought, just his colouring. All mine seem to be matching their colouring. Or look, as much as they can, because how can you dress up a big yellow tiger?
Yeah.
He was actually of Tybalt, he was in pink, I'm sure. Which was quite funny.
I think Poppy and Shari were wearing green on my island. And when I came to visit you, Rocket was wearing green. Yeah?
Yeah.
And she was wearing it over her superhero costume, which puzzled me greatly.
See, this was my dilemma or my issue with her a few weeks back, was because everything I put on her just didn't look right because she still had this superhero costume under it.
Oh, so that's just the body, I guess.
That's her body, yeah.
She's got this pink, like, tight superhero outfit just on all the time, no matter what outfits you give her.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realise that when we were talking about it before.
Yeah. It's a bit like Nock, so he's got his helmet on, and I've just noticed it recently as well with Vic, so he's got his like Viking helmet, but that's permanently on because I seen him the other night and he had his little tammy on, his woolen hat, and it was over his helmet also.
Oh, what? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, strange. But yeah, they look great, and I think I've got so much videos on my Switch of them all. I had them all. I hope I got them all at least once on the stage. I put a stage right in front of the resident services, and I think I've got them all, at least a video of them all with their outfits on.
Their dancing was amazing. I ended up having 4 stages set up in a diamond outside my resident services, which I hadn't intended to do. A friend very kindly sent me some stages, and it was just the best thing that happened because the villagers would dance there at the same time, so I could get on as well.
Oh, was there 4 of them?
I think the most I
Or
got
was
with
it
the
3?
villagers was 3.
Oh, but that's one for you as well.
And yeah, well, I was dancing, and then 2 other villagers. But we had some friends over in the weekend, we all danced on theirs 4. That was great. But it was nice to get on there and dance with 2 of them, although they were a little bit hard to catch on camera.
As usual, you have to be quick.
Yeah.
Although, did you notice in your island, I don't know if you've seen it when you were at mine, some of them would stand up in like a row of 3. It's like a diagonal row of 3.
Oh yeah.
No.
I got some pictures of your island doing that. Your islanders doing that.
Yeah. See, that was great. That's why I loved that so much as well. We had visitors. The villagers were still running about doing dancing and just having a great time. No, I loved it. I loved seeing them.
Yeah, it felt a lot more
And they
interactive
didn't
when you could
stop.
visit another island and they didn't stop what they were doing. So you could still do trading
Yeah.
with them, and they were still dancing and like walking around singing. That's really nice to see that. Even some of the grumpy ones were having a good time. I like quite a few times I found Butch and Tom and Shari like all off on the beach just having a dance on their own. Just bopping away and
Oh.
singing, but just out on their own, far away from all the hustle and bustle, but having a great time nevertheless. It's so nice seeing Butch really get into the spirit of things. I love those cranky guys.
Yeah, as I say, I'm just warming up to Kankies. I've been saying it since the beginning.
Yeah, I think I just haven't had that many really.
Yeah. Butch is a good one anyway. I really like Butch.
And it kind of feels like when they say something really nice to you, it's kind of like, oh, it's a lot more like warming coming from them rather than, even though I love Freckles, like on the first day, Freckles was like, yeah, you're my best friend.
Doesn't seem as sincere.
No.
She's everybody's friend.
I love that Freckles said on Festivale day, this holiday is basically made for me, Ducky. It definitely is. It's absolutely perfect for her.
Yeah, I think Willow she was talking about it for days before, and then all day she was at it, dancing away. Even outside her house, she was away dancing.
Oh, she's great.
And then the next day I caught her napping just outside her house. I think she took it a wee bit too far, maybe needing to catch up in her sleep.
Maybe she'd been dancing like 5 a.m. till 5 a.m.
Yeah, well, I obviously wasn't playing all day, but I'm assuming they were going all day.
She's great. I met her at your island on the day, and she's got such an amazing face. I really enjoyed hanging out with her, having a dance, getting some confetti thrown.
Aye. She's a snooty, but I don't know. I think all the snooties that I've had just seem all different, and they're not as snooty as previous games, but they're still got that just really sarky personality, but they are caring though. Like I think we spoke about before, they're just older, but her and Huck had a conversation the other day. It was quite funny. Huck was asking her what she was doing to keep busy on the island, and she was just saying I think she was setting up a home decor thing because she's quite classy.
Yeah.
And Huck had basically said that was like, oh, you're like wasting island time. Like that's not how to live on an island.
What?
And I think she called him. What did she call him? She was like, oh, what are you doing, island boy? And she was saying something about showering in coconut milk. She was being so sarcastic. It was hilarious. I thought that the whole conversation was funny.
Yeah, he's a smug, isn't
and
he?
Then, yeah, and then she obviously, you know what, if you see them, the words are faint when they're chatting, as if like that's
Yeah.
their inner thoughts. And it was like something about, oh, I I think I'm going to sprain my eyes if I roll them anymore or something like that. But I love that wee conversation, but that's just why I like them.
I do like the relationship between those two villager types, because you kind of feel like they're meant to be kind of quite similar, Snooty and Smug, but actually you see the Snooties really looking down their nose at the Smug one sometimes.
Yeah.
Whitney's my Snooty currently, and she was having a nice time on Festivale as well. She said it's an excuse to dance and caper, and she was definitely up on the dance floor quite a lot. And what's really good is they carried on dancing on it like the next day, and I've got plans to leave my stage and stuff up for a bit, which I'll tell you about later.
Yeah, I need to put mine as well, as you seen when you come in. After watching the video last night, I've just kind of just took all my Festivale stuff down. I was planning on leaving it for a couple of days, but I was getting rid of flowers, and then I just carried on and just get rid of everything. But then I felt bad because my villagers were running around, like not running around, they were walking around like doing nothing because they've been interacting with the stages and the drums the last few days. So I'll need to put a few of them back out just till I figure out what I'm doing with that space.
You've jumped the gun a bit on getting ready for the update, is that?
Well, yeah, no, but I just think I'm going to have limited time soon. So I would rather just have that all clear and not have to worry about having to remove stuff, so I can just get time to figure out what I want to do, rather than think, oh no, I'm going to need to change all this, I'm going to need to do all that, take all that paths and the flowers. I was doing other flowers at a different part of the island as well, but I was just, I'm going to do it all together because flowers is just such a chore now for me.
Well, when we get a warp pipe next month, you can just chuck all your flowers down it, or you can just warp to Nook's cranny and stick them all in the box.
Oh my goodness, how good does that look?
Yeah, the Mario stuff looks amazing. I can't wait. So is Rocket naked there? No, she's just hurt. I don't know now anymore.
Well, yeah, when you think too much into it, it doesn't seem right, does it? Yeah, anyway. So I think she's just, yeah.
I really love the fact that we all came to the event at the same time, and we all had to kind of like get together with our friends and try and figure out what the best way of getting all the feathers was, what the best way of collecting all the items was, the quickest way to get the floats and the rainbow stuff and the customizations. It was really good fun. And I especially liked having to trade with the villagers for stuff. I caught so many feathers that day. It's really lucky that they didn't disappear if you missed them with your net, because my catching skills are terrible. I think it was on your island. There was a rainbow feather in someone's garden at one point. I don't know how many swipes it took me to catch it, but I was very happy it didn't disappear.
Yeah, I think I was saying that as well, because I've lost so many feathers there, and I've actually caught snowflakes that were running they were like floating with a feather, and I've went and swiped it and I've caught the snowflake instead of the feather, so I'm quite glad at that as well. But just when you were saying that you'd spent a wee while catching that rainbow feather, I thought they behaved differently. Maybe I was just imagining it because it was like a rainbow feather and I was desperate to get them, but I felt they were a bit harder to catch because they were like moving about a bit faster or changing directions.
Well, I don't know. That makes me feel better, so yeah, we'll just say that they were harder to catch.
I know, I definitely thought that, but just when you said that, it reminded me of that.
Yeah, I'm happy to think that.
Actually, we've skipped past, because we record a couple of days before we release. I had a couple interactions on the Lunar New Year.
Oh, nice! Yeah. So did you give out lots of pouches of money?
I only gave out a few.
They weren't that bothered, were they?
No, they weren't. So They didn't. Chester, I think I gave Chester and Charlie one the day before.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually New Year, and I gave them it. And Chester obviously gave me his photo. And I think I gave one to Tabby. I gave her the little pouch, and she was like so pleased. But then I gave one to Huck, and he was like, "Oh, you're giving me this? Like, oh, okay. I'm not sure what I want to do with it, but
Yeah.
I'll take it." But he wasn't very impressed. But I gave Coco her. I just gave her some fruit because she's not been on my island very long, so I wasn't going to give her 99 bells, and I don't think she would I don't think she'd appreciate some money anyway. She's more.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think not material. She's not into material
No.
things. But she ended up giving me her photo,
Wow.
and she's only been here a couple of weeks, if that. I can't even think how long she's been here. And she gave me her photo, which was very surprising. But then I was speaking to Vic later, my new bull cow, and he was telling me how hyped he was for Lunar New Year because it's actually the year of the cow, or the ox. So I never knew that. I don't keep up to date. But
oh, that's cool that he said that.
So he was quite happy with that. And then I was in visiting Bob, and Bob was like, "What does lunar even mean?" And obviously I don't respond to him, but then he's in his head I've responded to him that it's the moon, and he said, "Oh well, that's good. The moon deserves a holiday. It makes good cheese." Okay, Bob. It's a typical lazy talking about food. And then I go and speak to Huck, and he's like, the moon is such a diva because every calendar New Year is on the 1st of January, but a lunar New Year changes every year. So it was such a diva. They all had little conversations about the lunar year, but
that's cute.
They were my favourites. But I almost forgot about them just because it was that long ago, and then we had Festivale.
Yeah, it's been so busy
and then
this
Valentine's
week.
Day as well. And Valentine's Day as well. I was so surprised. I know we spoke about this about I was ordering all the chocolate I was going to give them, but I couldn't decide what ones to give them that I would like displayed in their house. I never gave them, but I was so surprised in my letterbox the next day.
Oh, that was amazing. It was really touching.
Oh, it was so cool. And Coco had sent me a really, really nice card, and I don't know, I'm just feeling sad, and he's just given. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, but I just thought the ones for the villagers were so cute.
Very lovely.
And she was just saying how much appreciates what I do in the island.
Aww.
and she wants to be best friends forever and ever. And then at the end it was like pinky promise from Coco, and I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to say like bye to Coco?
You can't. You have to keep her for a while.
Well, I know as I was going to say, like, I've said that Tabby's going to be staying here for a while, but I think I'm going to keep Coco.
Look at her. She's listening there, seeing what you're saying.
Oh my goodness,
her.
so she is. I think I'm going to have to keep her. I was thinking about it when she gave me her photo. I was like so disappointed because I thought, oh my god, I'm not ready to even think about letting you go yet, because she's so new, but I just really like her.
I don't.
And I obviously had just spent so much money moving her garden. I did say that to you, but I just think she's just so cool.
Well, we talked about her garden last week when we recorded, but until you sent me the photos the next day, I hadn't seen it. And it's absolutely beautiful, Sandi. It's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, she's special, so she gets a special garden.
I think that she would really love it. And when I came and visited a couple of days later, went and had a little look around there. I think what you've done in there is really good. I think it's one of the best villager gardens I've seen. It's so simple and just elegant and perfectly Coco. I really like it because her house is so bare. Like, I love her house and how it's got all the sediments of like different rock levels, and it's it's very minimal, isn't it, inside? So having that little garden with the reading nook and the little cooking little kitchen bit, it's just perfect for her. I loved it. That was really, really good.
Yeah, I hope she likes it, because I think she'll be here for a while.
Well, she obviously likes it because she gave you her photo and then she said that she wants to be your best friend forever.
Aye, so she must like it. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, that's because she likes my garden that I made for her.
Yeah.
But no, she is really cool. And I spoke about sweets, and I'm going to go back to their other word for their personality, which is normal, because I think she's just not a normal. She's just really unique, I think, and I really like her.
I really like
Although
her
she's
too.
probably going to be I tend to go for the more unpopular residents, and I think she's going to be one. I think she's one of these ones that you either love her or hate her, because she might freak people out. So, you know, that blank stare, those soulless eyes. But
yeah, but then when you get to know her,
yeah,
it's different, isn't it?
So I think she is going to be one. She'll be here for a while. I'm not going to let her go. If somebody comes to the campsite tomorrow and chooses Coco, I'm definitely not going to let her go. Even though I've got a photo. And I've just broke my rule twice, but
that's okay.
It's my rule.
I had a really nice interaction with her when I visited, and she kind of reminisced about Ray Albee, and it was really touching. I felt really like, I felt a great deal of warmth to her and to you for taking her as well, and for putting all the effort into making her garden so nice. It was a lovely visit to her that day.
I forgot they still remember you. I like that when I go to people's islands and they've got you.
It's really great. I was a little bit worried when I had a chat with Poppy this week, and she said, "Oh, hi, shortbread," or whatever, and I'm sure it was just a random selection of words taken from the script, but she said that she'd been reading The Pack Rat's Guide to Packing, and that she was about halfway through. And I was like, what are you trying to tell me, Poppy? You better not be laying the foundations for, like, trying to leave my island. What are you packing? I'm sure it's just a random book name. But
yeah.
Because she's always telling me what she's reading. She's reading a new book every day, it seems. But I've never heard of Pack Rat's Guide to Packing before, and I did get a bit worried.
That's funny.
I guess neither of us have had any new villagers this week.
No new villagers at all, which I'm kind of glad for.
Yeah. It's been a busy old week without that.
Yeah.
Whitney's been settling in nicely. I'm glad that she was all settled in time for the festivities. I got to have a look in her house properly for the first time.
What's that like?
It's kind of weird. I mean, it's well, for one, it's got a massive diamond ring in it, which I thought was a bit strange. It's quite nice. It's a really beautiful, elegant house, which I think I've said before. But having a proper poke around in it, seeing the ring was a bit weird. And she's got quite a lot of clothes like out on display. So she's got the hat stand with like a scarf over it, but she's also got a dress hanging up on the wall, a pair of shoes laid out on the floor, like on display, which is odd because none of them ever wear shoes, right?
No, I've not seen any of them wear shoes.
And there's something else, like maybe a hat or something hanging up on the wall as well.
Oh, what furniture has she got?
She's got a rose bed, like slap bang in the middle of her house, and then a massive flat screen TV on the wall. And then I think she's got a fireplace underneath that. She said that she's very proud of her house and that she spends a lot of time thinking about the decor and making it just right. But you don't see too many villagers that come with clothes already out on display, do you? I know Rocket's got some, but they put it out on display if you gift them clothes, but
just as you said that, actually,
yet.
Willow has obviously came to the campsite and she's got a dress out, but she's got our the old-fashioned sewing machine, and she's got a table with the little sewing kit on it, and then she's got a dress.
Cute.
And I think she has said to me, I think we had a conversation, and she did say that she likes to sew, and fashion is her passion.
Oh, that's nice.
So I missed it. That's just Snooty, and I'm sure Robin Snooty, her like hobby was fashion as well. So maybe it's a popular like Snooty thing, like as the clothes. Can't remember Robin. She did have stuff out, but that was stuff I gave her because I would gifted her so much stuff. Try to get her photo, but especially the shoes. That's just so weird.
Yeah, a little pair of high heels.
I'm going to need to come over and see it. I did visit her the other day, but she was still in boxes.
Yeah.
And she was saying that she was it was quite cute actually. She mentioned like, oh, are you new to our island? Are you visiting our island? And she's like, oh, I just said our, like I must be settling in. And I thought that was dead nice.
Yeah,
so she's already feeling at home.
I haven't seen her interacting with the other villagers yet, apart from dancing with them. But then I didn't see much interaction this week, I guess because I played mostly during the event, and they were obviously all really busy dancing and throwing confetti. I did see Freckles and Biscuit having a chat today, and Freckles and Sherry having a chat as well. It's Freckles' birthday tomorrow, Friday the 19th.
Oh, so exciting.
I'm very excited about that. And what I've decided to do is move all of the Festivale items. I ended up customizing everything rainbow. So I've got like all the rainbow stuff. I'm going to move it from where it was just over to by the side of her house and keep that as kind of like a permanent stage setup for her so she can go out and do karaoke. And
she's a pop star, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She's a wannabe pop star, so she can launch her career there. And it's not too close to anyone else's house either, so hopefully she won't annoy any of the grumpies.
The grumpies and the peppies are funny together though. They might not get along, but they are funny, their conversations. Although Tabby and Bob, I quite like seeing them together, see, because it's two cats, and I've rarely got two of the same, apart from when I had the two frogs, the same animal. And Tabby, both of them were steaming mad. It was quite funny. I love it. I had to watch them for a few seconds before I went up and interacted with them because they're like their wee arms are swinging, and it's great.
It's cute. I love it.
So I spoke to Tabby because she was the first one that I came to, and obviously because she's my bestie. But she was just saying that Bob has made her so mad because that she works really hard and she wants to be the best pop star in the world, and she works really hard for it to do that. But Bob had told her that it's just natural talent that counts, but she was saying no, natural talent's nothing without hard work. And I just agreed with her. That made her happy.
Good.
And then Bob was still there in the background. As soon as I've said I've agreed with her, she that makes me happy. But I can see Bob's point of view. That's what she said. And then Bob just stopped being angry and then walked off, which was kind of funny. But she did say she was destined to sing songs that could cause world peace.
Oh, she's great. I see why you like her so much.
I love her. And I find it weird. I had an Aurora the other night, and she was walking about the graveyard. I've still got my graveyard for Halloween. I just not took it down. And she's creeping about there, or just walking around there. Yeah, she said she couldn't sleep. And then she was saying that auroras are just night rainbows, which I thought was quite a nice, and I suppose it is quite obvious observation. But then she started making a song about night rainbows. It was great. I just love Tabby.
That's cute.
That probably wasn't that interesting, but I liked it.
It's always interesting to hear about what the villagers think, in my opinion. I love hearing their opinions and their thoughts. It's great. That's what makes this game so amazing.
Yeah, and I always think Barrel's like one of a kind lazy, because he doesn't seem to be the same as Biscuit or Ma Chester, who's a lazy, or Bob. But Chester sent me a letter today. I got it this morning, which just reminded me of Barreled, and he sent me a bag, and then he had said that he'd seen him through times of real hard candies and that it was sticky at the bottom, so watch out for that. And I was like, oh, Chester, I thought you were different. Yeah, that was quite disgusting, but also nice.
Oh, we love our little guys, don't we? So how amazing was the Nintendo Direct last night?
Amazing. I'm so excited. I was trying not to think too much about it, because I'm obviously waiting for Brewster, but I knew obviously it's going to be Mario themed just because of it's the anniversary coming up. But yeah, it looks amazing. I'm excited, but then I'm just thinking, I don't really know, it's going to be so overwhelming because there's so much stuff for Mario. I suppose if you're not a Mario fan, then well, it's rubbish. But if you are, then
yeah, I wasn't really that bothered. I mean, I do like Mario, but I wasn't that bothered about the items coming until I saw them last night, and then I'm so excited now. They look great. I was a bit worried because the new Leaf ones tend to look like they're quite out of place. But seeing them walking around with the question blocks and the item, the flagpole, the one-up mushrooms, and kind of just amazing. It looks so great. And how about the warp pipe? Fully functioning warp pipe.
Oh my god, that's just blowing my mind. I'm so easily pleased, but that's just blowing my mind. I think that's going to be functioning like as a proper warp pipe. So I'm putting mine at Red's Secret Beach. That's where I'm putting it. I wonder if you can have multiple ones, but I don't know. But that's where I want to put it.
So I don't know, do you put them at like furthest point, the opposite corners of your island? Or do you keep one somewhere and then have the other one in your pocket all the time for like quick travel?
Goodness, I didn't even think about that.
I put my house right up in the top far corner because when I first moved up there, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be the lord of all of Rayalby, and I'm going to be like up on the cliff above all my subjects or whatever. I don't know what I was thinking. But now it's just like, it's so annoying running down to the airport, like, and having to weave through all the trees and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. Such a good idea, though. I can't believe they came up with that. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think even if you're not a fan of Mario, you're not going to use any of the Mario furniture. You will use the warp pipes. At least and I think it's in the fact that it's not there just for decoration. You can actually use it for a purpose.
Yeah, it's great. Like, you could hide that nicely behind a tree. Oh, I wonder if you'll be able to customize them. If you could customize them, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think though, especially in the summer, it's like coming into spring, summer, I think the green would be quite fine, like and amongst trees, because it's also blending in with the grass and bushes. I think it was quite easy to camouflage, but also not just if you want to just have it out. I'm want to put it in Red's Beach just because I can't access it any other way than without a ladder.
Oh right, yeah. So that could be a good place.
Although,
how often do you go there, though?
And yeah, no, I was just about to say there, like, how often is a Red going to be there?
Once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I'm going to be a point where I'm going to not. Although he should be due soon. I've not had him for a wee while, but yeah. Oh, you just killed that for me.
Oh, sorry. But it's not permanent anyway, is it? You can try it out.
I'm sure I've find somewhere. But yeah, I think, even if I've just moved my shops, you can't really see it in the screen, but I've got nukes right in front of our set at the minute. Tomorrow that'll move there because I've just decided I'm just going to change everything about on the main part of my island. So I'm going to move my house. I just not anywhere to put it. I'm not sure what to do. But I like having my house, just like you were saying, like it's a bit awkward for you when you're away at the top of the cliffs. But I quite like having my house near the shops and near the airport. So there's not really much choice I've got to where to do, but I do want to move it about.
I loved on our Discord today when we were sharing pictures of our old maps. That was really cool, seeing how people's islands have changed over the last year.
Yeah, it's amazing how much things have changed, but then not really. A couple of the maps were quite similar, but their islands are like totally different to what they were at the beginning. It's everything's so sparse. I'm going to need to look at my own photos.
Yeah.
As well, because I loved that. I loved it, but then I felt it was so empty. When you at the start, you're thinking, especially when you go to another town who has heavily went into terraforming and got all these items, you're thinking, oh, my town looks so, or my island looks really bare and barren. But then sometimes I just wish it was back to that when I look at the pictures.
Yeah, it looks great in some of those old pictures. It's nostalgia though, isn't it? Like looking back.
It's like simple times.
I must admit I was kind of hoping that they would announce a revised Switch at this Direct, because just purely for the fact that then I could run 2 islands like simultaneously and go through the kind of process of starting up an island again. Even if I didn't end up keeping like both Switches or keeping my old Switch, I'd probably port my old island over to the new Switch, but I would definitely have a play at trying to set up a new one just to see. But my island's changed a lot in the last few weeks. I think for a while it was pretty, it stayed the same for months and months. And the first shot that I have of a map in my screenshots folder is from about the 20th of April. So a month after the game came out. I think I'm probably had got terraforming by then, but not done very much terraforming. But I had all my houses arranged in a row, and it was kind of very different from the sort of woodland theme that I had for most of last year. But yeah, it's been changing a lot this week. And I like it. I like freshening it up. And you've done loads just from coming in to the airport today and seeing what you've done. You've moved loads of stuff and cleared loads of things. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with that.
Yeah, I was after I seen the part of the direct that I wanted to see the Animal Crossing. I was just I'd already had my shovel out doing my flowers, and I was going to clean up some of the paths. So I was like, no, do you know what? I'm just going to clear it all. And then I actually finished my wee gym catalogue that I was supposed to do back in January. I still had all that stuff. It was such a waste. And I know not everyone's got all that equipment yet, so I've just put that behind my house now because it didn't take too much space. I finished that last night, and I'm going to need to work on my lake as well, which I'm having second thoughts about now.
I know, it was looking great when I came to visit.
So
what don't you like?
I don't know. I just think, I don't know. I think it's because my house is still there and I don't really want it to be there, and I need to build up around the lake, just put some stuff around to make it look like a lake and not just, I've just gave up.
It's difficult being such a big project. Like, it's not a bite-sized little task. It's something that you have to kind of go all in on, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think I'm just kind of stuck now because I know the snow's going to go away, so I'm quite looking forward to the snow going away now. I've just had enough of snow. But I don't want to do something because it might make it look a bit different.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think by the time we record next week, the snow is going to have gone, right?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, because it'll be Is it the 26th? I can't remember if it's 22nd or 25th it was, but
I think it's the 25th, but either way, by the time the next
yeah.
week's episode comes out, it's all going to be gone. You always have such great ideas. I reckon whatever you do with your lake will end up being really cool, even if it takes a couple of goes to figure it out.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to trying again, just doing that. So I just moved the houses out, the buildings out the way, just so I can have a better idea of what space I've got, because I don't want to change. I've decided I'm not changing my resident services. It's too much work, and I quite like them the way they are. And although I suppose I like when I go to the islands and you can walk round and their houses are wee hidden in the wee private areas, but I think by having their fenced in areas and their own personalised gardens, well, some of them, I think that's private enough and personal enough for them, and I don't want to change it. So
yeah. The fact that the new update is coming in the next week or two gives me kind of hope that there might be another update for the year anniversary. I know they haven't mentioned it. They said update in March, didn't they? So technically, we're getting this update on the 25th, and then
25th, but it's live.
And then we're actually getting the Mario items on the 1st of March. So I still think that means there is going to be an update later in the month as well. So
yeah, hopefully, and Brewster comes. I think. No, that would be good. But also, I'm quite looking forward to, and we never mentioned it, the other items that are coming in the update.
Oh yeah, there was more seasonal items, wasn't there? That wasn't announced in the direct last night.
So I'm quite excited about the St. Patrick's Day stuff. I seen a drink in someone's hand.
Yeah, Shamrock Soda.
Yeah, that looked cute.
It looks cool. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like got some kind of cream on top, or ice cream or something.
Yeah, it's like an ice cream float, which would have been quite nice.
Very
excited. Actually, when I turned on New Leaf this year, like a wee while after New Horizons had come out, I was still in full St. Patrick's Day gear. I had my hat on, my clover shirt, and my shamrock shirt, and green trousers and green shoes, because I think that must have been about the last day I've played before. I think it was on like the 18th, something like that in March, and then obviously the New Horizons came out a few days later.
Yeah.
So I was still. This was in October, and I was dressed in St. Patrick's Day. I like St. Patrick's Day. I love the green,
so
and I love the
we're going to
colours.
expect a big St. Patrick's Day parade on your island this year?
Possibly, maybe. Who knows?
We're going to have to do something for the year anniversary, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever the update is or isn't, we'll have to do something fun.
Yeah, some island tours. I missed that, actually, when we've done that. Like, we've had a couple of nights where it's like everyone's hosted a different. That was one of my favourite nights, when everybody hosted a different game and we went round and visited everyone.
Well, we've got a month to plan an island crawl. I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think we can do that. Let us know if you want to host or come along to an island crawl on the 20th of March.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, it'd be good. Now, there was also the pie with pie on it.
Oh, pie, yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan of pies, but that seemed like a weird choice to me. But it's cool to have more food. I always love to see more food. And the Hinamatsuri stuff as well. What did you make of that?
I'm not familiar with that. The stuffed items look cool, but I know a lot of people had said, and especially in the Discord, that they're looking forward to that. I don't even know what that is, so can you explain? I haven't Googled it yet.
I don't know, but it's I loved the lamp that they showed in that room. It looked really beautiful. And
It
then there
was
were
really
obviously like
really
lots
nice.
and lots of little dolls as well, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. So was that one big piece then? Do you think just like one big bit of furniture? It wasn't like multiple dolls.
Yeah, it must be an item because it's like a 1, 2, 3. It's like a 4-tiered. It looks about the size of a sofa, but it's got 4 tiers. There's no way they'd give you that and then all the dolls separately, is there? So.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like there's a screen behind it. Oh no, that's part of the set as well. Oh, because they've got the little tiny lamps on as well. That's cool. The lamp looks gorgeous. So
Yeah, it's a beautiful lamp, isn't it? And the little figures as well. It's cool. Very exciting. Always very welcome to see some new bits and pieces coming. Love it.
yeah. Oh, and pie. The pie's there because it's like Pie Day in March this year as well.
Yeah. I assume that's the I don't know. I've never heard of this before, but presumably it's the 14th of March, is it?
Yeah.
So it's 3.14.
1/4. Yep. Yeah.
It's always good to see new content coming up. I'm constantly impressed by how much stuff they're putting into this game, especially considering that the team that makes Animal Crossing also makes Splatoon. So have presumably been making Splatoon 3, which I just could not be more excited about. I literally yelled at my TV when the Splatoon 3 reveal came in the direct last night. So yeah, I was very, very happy with that. I would happily sacrifice Brewster in New Horizons for Splatoon 3 coming quicker. Sorry.
Well,
I'm
speak
sorry,
for
Sandy.
yourself.
I'm
Millions
sorry.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm not sure. I have not played Splatoon, so I can't really say. But I know there's a lot of people still waiting on Brewster.
It's great fun. I wonder there might be could be Splatoon items in New Horizons to celebrate that game coming out. It wouldn't surprise me. There's some Splatoon items in New Leaf.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
So wow, what a week of stuff happening in the Animal Crossing world.
Yeah, it was a full-on week.
It's brilliant.
And it's been good. And I just hope I get a campsite villager tomorrow, just because I've not had one. No, I don't actually, because I've not really got much people I can take Cheerio to. But I'll be looking forward to it nonetheless.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to the week ahead. Nothing like not too many big plans apart from Freckles' birthday tomorrow. I know that she's not going to leave her house all day, but I still want to make sure that the stage is finished for her like before tomorrow. So I'll do a bit more work on that this evening. And you had a good idea earlier about putting some of the birthday sign and cake and stuff outside her house. And I'm going to wrap some presents of some fruit for her and let people come over and give her some presents. If anybody wants the Nook Miles achievement, they can come over and say hi to her. Well, it's been really fun chatting about this week. I had such a good week, and it was lovely reminiscing about Viva Rainbow and the wonderful pave and all the cute stuff the villagers did.
Yeah, it was a great week.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks for having me over, Sandy, for a chat.
Thanks for coming, Luke. Thanks everyone for listening.
See you all again soon. Bye.
Bye.